Ready. Play.
It's going to go out, and we've got 3 match points for Daniil Medvedev for a place in the Wimbledon semi-final of 2024. I think he's going to get it first time of asking. Good first serve. Lovely winner there, Daniil Medvedev. Wow. Daniil Medvedev wins by 3-2 over someone who's been his nemesis for the last 9 months. Was Jannik compromised slightly? Did Daniil Medvedev play his best ever match on a grass court? Quite possibly.
Yeah, that was very, very good.
Indeed. Medvedev threw in 5 sets. Not many people would have had that on their bingo card today at any juncture, I think, in this match. But he has got over the line, and he will await, or he awaits the winner of Carlos Alcaraz and Tommy Paul. How big a difference do the physical travails that Jannik had in that match, how much of an impact do they have on the result?
It's hard to say. I mean, I guess it seemed to be affecting him the most in sort of like that second to beginning of the 3rd set. And yeah, perhaps if he wasn't feeling that bad, he might not have gone down that early break in the 3rd set. But I mean, still a long way to go from then. It did seem like he started to get it together a bit. So, I mean, I can't say it didn't affect the match, but I think you have to give some credit to Daniil for playing an excellent match. I thought that he was excellent in terms of the way he was returning, but also moving around, Jannik around the court. And yeah, I think, I don't know if you can say that was a physical thing or not, but like some of the errors that Jannik was making was maybe a bit uncharacteristic. There was a few errors here and there, unforced errors that you would normally, especially in the matches up until now, he'd been playing great. It was slightly surprising from that respect, but I mean, these, as you say, like this happens sometimes, and
Medvedev is going to give an on-court speech here. It'll be interesting to see what he's got to say, especially if he gives any clues away as to any changes he made tactically. They don't normally do that on the court, but let's have a listen.
You knew this was going to be a tough match against the world #1, but I don't think even you could have imagined what a roller coaster the last 4 hours were going to be. Just sum up your emotions after all of that.
Yeah, I knew if I want to beat Jannik, it needs to be a tough match. He's not anymore a guy you can beat easy. Even like I felt at one moment he was not feeling that good, but I knew that this can get away, and then he started playing better. So I'm happy that I managed to still like stay high level. I think it was great points, great match, and I'm really happy to win. I'm really happy with my game. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't feeling well at one point. He wasn't feeling well at one point. He left the court and then came out really fighting. I imagine that in that situation, you have to stay a little bit selfish and not get sentimental about the person at the other side of the court. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's actually very tough because, as I said, one moment I could feel that he doesn't move that well. So it's always tricky because you want to play more points to make him suffer a little bit more, and in a good way. And at the same time, you know that he at one point is going to say, okay, I cannot run anymore, so I'm going to go full power. And that's what he did. And he had set points to win the 3rd set.
Yeah.
In a way, I would maybe prefer to not have this situation, but everything is well when it ends well, so I'm pretty happy.
And how do you make your next opponent suffer in a good way? Because it's either going to be Carlos Alcaraz or Tommy Paul. They're battling out at the moment. The way you're playing, though, and have played over the last 10 days, you must feel pretty confident whoever comes your way.
Yeah, it's my first time winning 2 matches on center court in Wimbledon. So usually Usually I would either win 1 or 0. So this is a record already. And I saw, the first set because it was raining, so they only showed this match on the scoreboard. And at one moment I saw like 4-all and almost 50 minutes of play. I was like, what are they doing there? Yeah, I'm gonna watch a little bit now when I come back and then get ready for the winner. They play good matches, so should guys watch also.
I love the fact that whilst you're winning out in centre court, you're still keeping across everything that's going on in court one. Put your hands together. Jannik Medvedev.
One of the biggest, if not the biggest character in tennis, in my opinion, Daniil Medvedev, is through to the Wimbledon semi-finals after beating Jannik Sinner 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 2-6, 6-3. And let's not forget, he really should have won that first set tiebreak.
Yeah, absolutely, because that was the one he had. I can't remember what the actual score was, but then he
had a mini break advantage at least once, and not only that, he was up in a few rallies and he put a couple of really, he was a couple of winners basically that he hits 8 times, 9 times out of 10, and he put them long, and there was 2 double faults in there, and Jannik wins that first set, and you think it's done. Of course, what happens in the next set, we do have some sort of physical elements with Jannik going off court for medical timeout as well. That did seem to sort of aid at least Daniil during that second set. We're now at 1 set all, but Jannik probably from 1 set all onwards, or certainly the middle part of the third set, looked fine once again, I would say, or largely. There was probably some moments right near the end we saw some compromising there, but when Jannik then loses the second set, you do think, okay, now physically. But then he strolls to the 4th set and to the 5th, pushes Daniil to deuce in the first game of the 5th set, and you're thinking, okay, here we go. But then Daniil comes back doing something similar. And then when he goes love 40 down on his serve, Jannik, and he won the next 2 points with some big first serves, but he couldn't get that third consecutive big first serve in, and Daniil broke, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you really thought as well, maybe in that third set, kind of felt when Sinner came back that, and then he broke back.
Had a set point as Daniil touched on just now.
At one point, he won 10 out of 11 points. Yeah, he had 2 set points, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did on the Daniil serve.
Could have been 7-5 in that third set, yeah, but it ended up going to a tiebreak. And yeah, well, Medvedev, he's played the better points, the more important parts better. So that's why he's won this match. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame from Sinner's point of view. I don't know what exactly was up with him, but I think maybe they had a little word to each other at the net about it. But
yeah, they did, but they had a word about it at the net. Yeah. Just before we finish, let's just have a quick look at some of the stats that may have basically tell us the story behind the match. Pretty much even on the ace count, the 11 double faults for Daniil, and 2 of those coming in that first set tiebreak we thought might well end up costing him the match, but it didn't in the end. Fairly even on the first serve points won, and in fact, Jannik slightly ahead on those 2 stats. Jannik Sinner, are you ready for this one? Won 4 more points than Daniil Medvedev.
Yeah, I mean that's probably partly because in the 4th set he kind of ran away with that one. Yeah, but obviously doesn't matter if you win 6-1 or 6-4.
No, it doesn't. That's the beauty of tennis. That's the beauty of tennis.
Yeah.
All right, listen, Eddie, it's pretty late at night in Seoul, and look forward to having you on again later on during the tournament, in particular for the men's final on Sunday. But in the meantime, it's good night from me.
And it's good night from me too.
Do you know the 2 Ronnies? Have you heard of the 2 Ronnies?
Yeah.
The comedy. I think they used to finish with "It's good night from me" and "It's good night from him." But no big deal.
Okay.
It's fine. Anyway, listen, hopefully we all enjoy our evenings, afternoons, nights, and mornings, depending on where in the world you are. Nick is going to be bringing us live commentary of Jasmine Paolini against Emma Navarro. That'll be coming up shortly. But yeah, big thanks, Eddie, and we'll catch up soon.
Cheers. See you later.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.